Ekweremadu and Dr. Beatrice Ekweremadu, you can remain sitting for the moment. You have each been convicted of conspiracy to commit an offence of human trafficking. You brought a young man to London to exploit him. The exploitation was the proposed donation of a kidney for reward. The reward was to be the payment of money and a chance to work in the United Kingdom. People trafficking across international borders for the harvesting of human organs is a form of slavery. It treats human beings and their body parts as commodities to be bought and sold. It is a trade that preys on poverty and misery and desperation. The evidence shows that those who are impoverished, often living in multi-dimensional poverty, desperate for a better life, and ignorant of the true risks, are sometimes willing to donate their organs for money or the chance to work in the UK. Significant risks attached to such donation without proper aftercare. You each played a part in that despicable trade. You, Abina Abetta, underwent a kidney transplant at the Royal Free Hospital in London in 2021. You said that you and your donor were cousins. That was a lie. The clinicians at the Royal Free and corrupt the regulatory system by using a fabricated affidavit, by lying about your relationship with the donor, and by coaching the donor to lie. You, Senator Ekweremadu, and you, Dr. Beatrice Ekweremadu, have a daughter, Sonia. She is very ill. She is suffering from FSGS, nephrotic syndrome. She needs a kidney transplant. Everybody has enormous sympathy for her and for the impact on each of you seeing your daughter's suffering. Sonia's uncle, Diwe Ekweremadu, knew Abina Abetta from medical school. He got in touch. Abina Abetta offered to help find a donor. A possible donor was identified. By law, his name may not be published. I will call him C. C grew up in a village where he had no electricity or running water. He left school at the age of 15 and he went to Lagos where he sold phone accessories from a wheelbarrow in a market. He was earning about 3,500 naira a day, the equivalent of just £7. Tests in Nigeria showed that his blood group was the same as Sonia. He agreed to come to the UK. I am sure that he did not at any point agree to donate a kidney to Sonia altruistically. There was no reason why he should do so. He was not related to your family. He did not know Sonia or any other member of your family. Nothing was put in place to secure his future healthcare needs if he donated a kidney. The wealth and power inequality and disparity between you and C could not be more marked. You, Ekweremadu, are a senator in Nigeria's National Assembly. You have held high political office. You had many staff, including domestic staff, maids, chefs and drivers. You own multiple properties around the globe. There is evidence of as many as 40. More than £400,000 went into your bank account over a 6-month period. By contrast, C was unable to afford a £25 fare to travel from Lagos to Abuja. You each conspired together to bring C to the UK in order to exploit him. You all knew that was unlawful. You, Ekweremadu, had been part of the legislature that had introduced the law that made that conduct a criminal offence in Nigeria. You, Abina Abeta, secured the visa. You did so by telling a lie that C and Sonia were cousins, the same lie that you had told in respect of you and your donor. You also secured a fabricated affidavit testifying to their relationship as cousins, just as you had done for your transplant. You asked the Ekweremadu family to pay C a fee of £3.5 million.
Exactly.
The jury rejected your account that the fee was for his loss of earnings.
Yes, that's true.
The fee was paid by you, Ekweremadu. The jury rejected your account that you knew the fee was a scam and that no reward would ever be paid to C. The evidence suggests that a corrupt relationship was established with a member of Royal Free staff, an interpreter who agreed to help with the quotes relevant interpretation, end quotes. You, Ekweremadu, were instrumental in establishing and controlling that corrupt relationship. The clinicians at the Royal Free Hospital once again believed the untruthful account that the donor and recipient were cousins. There was, however, a concern.
Thank you so much, my people. I just wanted to see, watching the welcome. So, these programs, I want us to see it critically in different form, and what has really happened and what is happening. Yes, you have known the story of this, what happened between Senator Ekweremadu and this other boy, the hawker, David Akpo. You see, my point I want to say this evening is really a kind of an eye-opener or a lesson for us to learn, and for us to learn from what is happening and what has happened. You see, sometimes, according to the judge, if you have watched some of the clip from the judge when he was being sentenced, you see the judge was saying this. It was the same this man who has applied for the legislative law that prohibits the transmissions or of kidneys without the due process. So they make a law to ban anybody that want to do a transplanting or kidneys. It must follow a due process, or in other words, there must be a very transparent procedure. So you see this, I can see the text I've already written down. So the point is, this big man, they call in Nigeria, this legislative, the politicians, all they know is about themselves, the immediate family, and themselves. They don't care about the human, about the citizen. None of them cares. None of them care. They don't care about your welfare. They don't even know how you exist, whether you are alive. All they care is their immediate. They buy houses, they buy cars, they buy properties. It's only for their immediate consumption. They never care about the welfare of any other person. So now let's just analyze what had really happened. This young boy was contacted by the daughter of the daughter who needed this transplant. So the daughter now consult this young boy who was a hawker in Lagos. So they now told him, they was going to give him money, and they would take him to London to go and work, and they would just like that. So the guy was so happy. The senator now give the daughter the sum of 5.4 million. You see what I'm saying? So that you don't want to deal with the poor boy directly. So you now give the daughter that kind of money for you to give to the poor boy for his goodness and for his thank you appreciation. So the point is, instead of this daughter giving this boy actually that amount, he never did. The daughter never did to give that boy that money. He never give to that boy that money. He only give the boy very fashioned, small money, small, very small pieces of that money. He didn't give him the complete money the senator asked the senator give the daughter to give to the poor boy. He never did. So instead of giving him that money, you know what the daughter did? The daughter went and gave him a peanut, which is about 270,000 out of that the money that the senator gave to the daughter. He gave him the boy 270,000 out of the money they gave to the daughter. So now, because the senator don't want to deal with the boy directly, so they were planning this thing, taking this boy to London. So when the boy went to it was 4.5 million. So when they went to the hospital, the doctor now asked the boy that, I hope you understand what you want to donate. The boy was saying he don't have money to donate to. You don't know what you want. You ask him, what do you mean if you don't know what you want to donate? This did not tell the boy, this is not it's not about donating money. Or whether he was not properly briefed or told what he wanted to do. So even the daughter was confused. Because no matter what, this boy would have been consulted, telling the implication, the risk that involved if he donate this thing to this family. So the family never told him how it worked. So the point is that the daughter was kind of suspicious and the kind of shock that why this thing was not told, why this boy was not given the proper information on what he want to do and what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the daughter was kind of confused because it is illegal for somebody to donate his kidneys without his 100% consent or approval. So this is what happened. That is why the hospital doctor now contact the police. Instead of the Ekweremadu to have taken this boy back to Nigeria, giving this boy, as was promised before that, is going to give him work and stay in London. If he have done that, the boy would have just start life, and they would have come back to Nigeria to seek another person's who will agree to the terms. Instead of leaving the boy in a peace to live in London, as they have promised him that they are going to give him house, they are going to give him job, they are going to give him work, they will start, or they are going to send him to school to start a new life. You see how these big men, how greedy, how wicked they are. Instead of them to leave the boy to stay in London and go back to Nigeria and look for another person to convince to do this help for the family, they never did that. So they wanted to carry this boy, go and dump back to Nigeria, as they always do. They only care about themselves. They only care about their immediate family. You see how greedy they are. This is just an eye open. This is not the only people that is doing this evil in Nigeria. All those big men, they care only for themselves. So now, this boy now, having that, is going to be deported back to Nigeria from this by this family. So he decided to go back. He decided to run to the police station to go and make himself available that he don't want to be deported back to Nigeria. That is when the police actually took the case and started the investigation of what really happened. You see how this people, you didn't take it to London to go and take his womb to help your own daughter to live so that he can die, whatever. But if you didn't fulfill his promise, instead of you to live in there, you want to take him back to the poverty in Nigeria. This is how the wickedness of those people you call big men, or they live, not these wicked soul politicians. So the boy now allowed the police, as I've said before, and the police started investigating. And initially, the senator said the boy is his cousin, he have agreed, blah blah blah. And according to the test, according to the WhatsApp message from the daughter of his daughter, and this Ekweremadu speak otherwise, because the Ekweremadu was referring to that boy as that guy. So if it was your cousin, you would have been referring to him as that guy, because the judge now said, if this boy actually related to you, why was you referring to him as that guy in the WhatsApp conversation between you? That is between the senator and the daughter of the girl. So that is when they now realize that it is not his cousin, as you want the public to know. This is how these people behave. This is how these people act. They never care. They don't care. They don't care how you do, what you do, how you are living. They just care about their greediness. It's not about this man of the thing. It is all over. This is just a case study, or this is just a lesson to be learned from all these wicked people or big men, or all these politicians in Nigeria. This is not the only persons we have to. It's unfortunate it happened like that, but this is how these people behave. They are wicked. They care about their immediate family, as I've always said before. They don't know what the poor people pass through, what the poor people will benefit from the society. You have been the Senate for almost, I can say more than, it's going to 10 years or 12 years or more. You never make a law that will compare the government to build world standard hospital that can take care of transplant, of kidneys transplant. According to the judge, right now we are watching, which I want us to watch again. This man has property all over the world, so much profit, more than 40 houses all over the world. Where are you taking this money to? Greediness. Vanity upon vanity equals to vanity. This is a wonderful lesson. Forget, the only body that is sympathizing with this man, it doesn't mean well for the life of normal or ordinary citizen in Nigeria. I pray that more of this wicked man like this will begin to be out, and the remedy or karma will begin to catch them one after the other. Because this is an evil act. Because you have the money, you just want to use this poor boy. You don't care about his welfare. You don't care about his all his future. You just want to take somebody's life to keep your own daughter alive. And when you know that there's various of risk that is involved, this is how they do. So that poor boy, not person born him, or no, you don't come from family. You know, it's not worth to be. It's not worth to live. This is how they behave. It's just unfortunate. This is number one. But it's not that this is the only person that is doing this evil act. They are all those people you call big men. They take they are using poor people's life to sustain their life, and nobody is talking. Can you tell me that if this man was in Nigeria, any judge in Nigeria will have sentenced this man? No way. No way. No judge will sentence him. No judge will even fight him. Automatically, he will just get a letter from above and he's free. This is how these people behave. He will not be detained. He will not be arrested. He will not be even be questioned. is how they have behaved. This is how they do. You see what I'm saying? And thank God this country is an advanced country. It's not Nigeria, whereby anything can go, whereby you can buy your way out of any situation. You don't care, they don't care. You can do anything to get life out of anything. This is the height of what they do. As you can see, the man has been sentenced to 9 years imprisonment, the wife 4 years and a half, and the daughter has been sentenced for 10 years. This is how where laws work for ordinary citizens. It is not like Nigeria, whereby only the law work for the big men alone, and only the big men enjoy immunities, only the big men enjoy freedoms, only the big men enjoy liberties, only the rich men enjoy who are qualified to live. They are only people who are qualified to live. This man has consumed so much money that he didn't. They say we have not gone so much community project, but he's buying houses all over the world. He never promulgated one day for government to implement a workable hospital in Nigeria. This is a height of what they do. So, in my submission, this man deserves not to be pitied. He deserves not to be appealed. He deserves not to be pardoned, because it will show the lesson to other politicians who is doing this evil act that there is always a consequence of what they are doing. There's always a consequence of what they will be going to do, and this is how it works. At the end of the day, we have to learn a lesson. We have to learn how things are functioning. This is not good. Thank you so much. You can see that what they are doing, I can see right now, it is unfortunate that these people are taking life for granted. Thank you very much. This man is going, and you can see he cannot continue like this. And this is how they work, and this is how they are doing. As you can see, thank you so much, my people. God bless you. I believe we've learned so much out of this lesson, and as you can see, that you don't know tomorrow. Any position you are, you must try your best to help the citizen, help the common man, help normal citizen to live, because you might not know where the ball or situation might lead you tomorrow. If this man has helped make a law, compel the government to build a befitting hospital for this kind of cases, at least for now, the daughter would have been operated. There would have been a need for him to have gone to London to seek medical like this. So all the politicians, this is a lesson for you. This is not going to be the end. As you begin to transfer, taking the life of common people, and this is just a lesson that one day, you yourself will also face the penalty. You yourself will also face the consequence of what you are doing, because at the end of the day, every life will now begin to matter. Every life will matter, no matter how you see it. Sometime, one day, whatever the policies you have made, you will be caught out of it, and you will be also be given account how you were able to lead your people at that particular time, the opportunities, or you have the authority to have helped your people. But you refuse to do it. You refuse to make laws that will be better for every citizen. Rather, you were busy buying properties, buying houses all over the world for your personal self, for your immediate family. This is what you have able to achieve, and the consequence of it is just I think 9 years is not bad for you, because you will learn a lesson that tomorrow, if case might happen, you will begin to know that there is consequence for negative like this. There's consequence for taking the life of common people. There's consequence for you not to have knowing what is right and knowing what is good, which you know, and you lie so much. The judge have said it. Everything you do, everything you have said in that court, they just said everything to your face. There's no excuse for you to have move out of that case, because you were totally lying. You lie in lying different form. You lied the boy was your cousin. You lied that you never the boy 100% agree to do it, which the boy never knew what he was going to do to begin with his kidney. Rather, he was promised that he was being taken to London to go and start a new life, good health, and if possible, you'll be schooling, until doctor confirmed that the boy never knew what he was doing while he was in London. Thank you so much, my people. God bless you, and I believe you will learn the lesson. Please, any opportunity you have, any position you are living, always try to live, always try to make a law that will be beneficial to every citizen. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend, my people. I hope you have got the message today, and we'll come again next time again. Have a good evening. This is broadcast from Afro Diaspora TV, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be having a month of activities there. Facebook page is Imaglo Creative. Is there. You are welcome. If you have any questions or want anything to be any topics for us to discuss, you can send us a WhatsApp message. We'll look at it and we can make a broadcast out of it. We can make a podcasting out of that. If you have any things you want us to talk about, any information you want us to speak, things you want us, topic like this, current affair, you want us to discuss, please don't forget, call us on this WhatsApp number. We'll be there to answer you, or you can watch other of our video from our YouTube. Please subscribe, share this broadcast to your friends and those who wish to see this video. And God bless you, and I wish to see you another time. Have a nice day and a blessed weekend for you all. God bless you. I believe if you look at the judge, the statement when he was sentencing him, let's just look at the audio once again. I want to play it once again. I believe you are listening now. Let me play it again.
Learn about the risk to C, given his age and his ethnicity.
You see, the judge is talking.
After the doctors interviewed him, they were concerned that he was not sufficiently mature and motivated to be an organ donor. This time, the transplant was not approved. There was no report to the safeguarding team and no report to the police, despite the indicators that the donor was a victim of trafficking. Those indicators included the tenuous nature of the relationship between C and Sonia, the limited evidence to support that relationship, and C's clear lack of understanding about the process, and also his reaction to being told that he was at the hospital to discuss a kidney donation. In the course of the trial, Hugh Davis KC suggested that a lesson to be learned from this case is that clinicians must be alive to the risk of trafficking and report cases like this when concerns arise. I entirely agree. After the decision had been made that the transplant would not go ahead, there was a sinister development. A consultant nephrologist and another man examined C at the place where he was being kept. It is not necessary to make a finding as to the true purpose of that examination, but it is easy to understand why C believed that he was going to be taken back to Nigeria for the transplant to be conducted there. On the 3rd of May, when C was due to return to Nigeria, he ran away. He spent 2 nights sleeping rough. On the 5th of May, exactly a year ago, he attended Staines police station. There he saw Sonia Nicholas, a police inquiry officer, and Detective Constable Hannah Paisley. As a result of them carefully listening to C, it was recognized that he might be a victim of trafficking. Arrangements were made to secure his protection and his well-being. Subsequently, each of you was arrested, charged, prosecuted, and convicted. C suffered a loss of his personal autonomy because you kept his passport and exercised control over his movements and his basic human needs. He was put in fear that he would be subject to the forced removal of his kidney without any appropriate aftercare. Now he is scared to return home to Nigeria. As he puts it, he is having to start his life again. I considered that a substantial compensation order might well be appropriate for the loss and damage he has been caused by your conduct. I asked the Crown to inquire as to C's attitude towards such an order. That is because, in some cases, victims of crime do not want compensation from the offender, and an award of compensation might even risk causing Senator Ekweremadu, a police officer, Dr. Beatrice Ekweremadu, the meaning, you can remain sitting for the purpose of a compensation order to see. He immediately responded that he did not wish to entertain compensation. The officer says, quotes, C spoke with moral conviction. Despite understanding the material benefit receiving compensation may have for him, he adamantly said he did not need or want anything from the bad people. He no longer wants them to have any involvement with him in any capacity, irrespective of the financial benefit he stood to make. C said that he wanted to put this entire ordeal behind him and move on with his life. He believes this to be the right and fair thing to do, end quote. 2 days later, the officer spoke to C again. He remained, quote, resolute with his decision regarding compensation and insisted he had not and did not wish to change his mind on the subject, end quotes. Of course, I respect C's views. In the circumstances, it is not appropriate to make a compensation order. The Crown seek an order for costs under Section 18 of the Prosecution of Offences Act 1985. I adjourn that application and will make directions for its determination. In the case of each of you, I impose the statutory surcharge order in the sum of £190. In each of your cases, the offence you committed is so serious that neither a fine nor a community sentence can be justified. A life sentence is not appropriate, and I do not consider that you are dangerous so as to merit the imposition of an extended sentence. Accordingly, in each case I pass a determinate custodial sentence with the shortest term that is commensurate with the seriousness of the offence, taking account of the aggravating and mitigating features. You will each serve part of the sentence in custody before being released on licence. When you are released, you will be on licence until the end of your sentence. You must comply with the terms of the license and commit no further offences. Otherwise, you will be liable to serve a further period in custody. The disclosure and barring service will include each of you in the lists of those who are barred from working with vulnerable adults or children. You may ask the service to be removed from the lists. The Sentencing Council has published guidelines for offences of human trafficking, contrary to Section 2 of the Modern Slavery Act 2015. You have each been convicted of conspiracy to commit that offence. The offence that you committed is closely related to the guideline offence. I reject the defence submissions that the guidelines are not apt to cover this particular form of trafficking. I have Senator Ekweremadu the guidelines and I turn to the question of harm. The transplant did not go ahead, but you each intended that it should go ahead, and you each intended the harm to the donor that would result, and which was eminently foreseeable. The donor would have faced invasive surgery with a small but still possible risk of death. He would have faced spending the rest of his life with only one kidney and without any funding for the required aftercare. He would have faced an increased risk of early onset raised blood pressure and of developing chronic kidney disease later in life, as well as a lifetime risk of needing dialysis himself or even a kidney transplant.
You can see?
He was at an increased risk because of his young age and his ethnicity. The removal of a kidney amounts to serious physical harm, which has a substantial and long-term effect. Even if C had known that he was going to donate a kidney, I am sure that the risks had not been properly explained to him before he was brought to the UK.
Yes, exactly.
He was deceived and pressurized into donating a kidney. I reject the defense assertions that he consented in any meaningful sense.
No mind him.
I am sure that he did not. There has been a substantial and long-term adverse impact on his daily life. He is scared to return to Nigeria because of the risk of retribution from those that are sympathetic to you. He lives a solitary existence and is separated from his life, his friends and his family as a direct result of this offence. This all amounts to Category 2 harm within the meaning of the Sentencing Council's guidelines. I do not accept the Crown's submission that the nature and extent of the harm justifies a movement to Category 1. But it does warrant an upwards adjustment within the...
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to put the video, the full list of on my platform. You can go to my YouTube channel. You will see the full video there, or the sentencing videos is there. You will watch it from Afro Diaspora TV. You will see the full video of the judge when he was being sentenced. The videos will be posted there shortly. Thank you for this broadcast. As you can see for the judge from the audios, everything is clear. These people never make way for the boy. They never make way for the welfare of the boy. Neither did they plan anything for future, case of anything for the boy future. No provision was made. They only want to take the kidneys, and the boy should go and start life, whatever he desire, can even die on the process. They don't care. You see, this is how they behave. Thank you for the judge. I think the sentence was lenient because the crime they committed is obvious that these people always care for themselves and only for their daughter. They never care for the boy, and this is not good. Every life matters, whether poor or rich. So this is a lesson that we must begin to see, that the poor people also have right to live, not only the big men people who have right to live. So as you are seeking for your child to live, also know that somebody else also has those children which they also deserve to live, not die. Because you populism make them to be poor so that they don't longer have dignities or value for their life. Thank you so much, my people. God bless you. Please, if you have get something out of this podcast, share to your friends. To come away again, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to post the video there when the judge was sentencing him, and I believe you are going to get something from there. God bless you, everyone. Thank you. Have a nice weekends ahead, and I believe we'll see you again for another topics. Bye bye for now. Thank you. You're welcome, my people. Thank you for the. Okay, good night. I want to thank you for everything. God bless you. I believe you'll get something out of this podcast. Bye bye.